like it has been so long since I've sat down and filmed a video, which it has been. It's probably been nearly 2 months, but I am back and I thought I would do this first video back as like an update video on what's been happening and how my move has gone, because as you can tell from the background, I've moved. So I'm going to talk you through all of that and all the sort of disasters and that have happened. But I thought I would come back with a bang, and yeah, why not? So if you want to see what's been happening and sort of like a life update, then just keep on watching. So we are in Manchester. We moved about a month ago and I'm so happy to be here. We are finally in our house, which is amazing, and it just feels so nice. I just want to say a massive thank you to like all my family and Callum's family for helping us so much. Callum's mum, dad and his brother and sister, you all helped us so much with the move, and very kindly Callum's dad drove the van with all our stuff in up here, and without that we would have been in so much like trouble, because we would have had to hire a van and then find someone to drive the van because we're not old enough. So that just made like that whole transition of moving all our stuff up here so much easier. And then we had like 6 other hands to help us move things into the house, which again made the whole transition a breeze. Well, I say a breeze, easier than we expected. So we managed to get like our bed up and things like that and sort out some of the stuff in the house. But I couldn't be more thankful for that. And it just made us feel a bit more settled to begin with. The first week was so much fun, like because of exploring a new area, seeing what was around, sorting out what we wanted in different rooms, putting up the TV, just sort of spending time, just Callum and I and my auntie, and just sort of figuring out what we wanted to do. But as the weeks went on, I started to panic a bit more about the fact that I had no job, because as I explained to you guys, I quit my job in Tunbridge Wells but didn't have a job to move to up here. So it was a case of I was going to give myself a month and then start looking for a job. But that month turned to about a week and I was like, I really need a job now. So I sent out my CV to about 30 companies, and every day I got another rejection email to say, sorry, you have been unsuccessful this time, try again soon. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? What have I not got that people want? And I think it's just, I don't have a further education. The furthest I went was GCSEs, and then I did like a few months at college, and it just wasn't for me, which makes, when you're, oh, got this weird bit of hair. When you're trying to find a job, people want you to have like all the qualifications under the sun to like be able to do that job, when you might not necessarily need a qualification, if that makes sense. So that was quite disheartening, because I thought, oh, it'll be fine, I'll be able to find a job so easily when I get up there, I'll just apply and all these jobs will be there. And that really wasn't the case. So I started to really deteriorate, which is why I haven't done a video for quite a while, because I didn't want to panic anyone, like my family or my friends, by me putting out a video of me just breaking down in tears because I was so worried, because that's all it would have been to begin with. So that's why I've kind of taken a step back and I've sorted out my mental health and just made myself feel a bit more at home. So after about 2 weeks of having my CV out there, it was time to take drastic action and sort out a job. So this makes me laugh now, but in the moment I really needed a job, and I was a horrible person in that time because I was so panicked. But I applied for like an agency to do some temp work for them, and within a day or less than 24 hours I got a job, which was a blessing, and I was so happy about that. But it was kind of weird because I just turned up at the agency and they're like, do you want this job? And I said, yeah, sounds good. And they said, there you go, there's the job, you start Monday. I was like, that's really weird. It was a Friday and I started the Monday. I found that really odd because I didn't actually meet the company, I didn't meet who I was working for, I never signed a contract with them. So it's more of a case of I could leave whenever I wanted if I was to find another job that suited me more. So I turned up on the Monday and I was given half a day training, and then the rest of the half of the day I was on the phone listening to someone. which was fine. I thought, oh, they'll just train us, then we'll listen, and they'll train us and we'll spend the week training. Tuesday, I did the same again, half a day training, half a day listening to someone on the phone. Fine. Came to the Wednesday and I was stuck on the phone on my own, not really understanding what I needed to do. And I'm not going to say the name of the company because it's not fair on them, and I'm also not allowed because I signed a contract saying I wouldn't. But the training was not enough. I didn't understand what I was doing. It made my mental health even worse. I couldn't even pick up the phone to a customer to like ring them about something. So I did that for 5 days, and on the Friday I explained to my auntie and to Callum, and I said, look, I can't do this. I can't sit in an office where no one talks to me, where it feels like you're at school with all the mean girls again and they're just like in their little group. I can't work with people like that. So I said, I'm gonna have to quit. I can't physically go back in there. So they agreed with me. They said that I should sort of stick it out because obviously I didn't have a job. I'd also just bought not a new car, but I bought myself a Fiat 500, and I think they were a bit worried about me having to pay that, which of course I was as well. Like, I've just bought a car, I need to make the payments, but I couldn't. It was either money or my mental health, and I decided my mental health is more important to me than the money. So I went in on the Monday morning. It took me an hour to get there when it had taken me like 30 minutes the week before because the traffic was awful that morning. And I went in and I gave them my timesheet to sign, so I made sure I got paid at the end of the week for that week that I did. So they signed the timesheet and I said, look, I can't work here anymore, this isn't for me. And they just handed back in my like pass for the doors and for everything, and I said, I'm really sorry. And they were like, when are you leaving? I said, I'm leaving now, I'm not doing another day for you, here's my pass. And I just walked out, and that was sort of the weirdest thing to ever do because I felt so strong in that moment. But I think if I had been given that, like, I don't know how to put it, I wouldn't have been able to do that a couple of months ago. So I think my confidence and everything is building, but it was still really scary because I didn't have another job to go to. So I quit on the Monday, and I was like, I felt so relieved. Like, I thought I'd feel really worried, but because the job was so awful, I felt more relieved than worried. And I was like, everything will sort itself out, we'll figure it out. So I spent the week off. Callum was going to work for a couple of days and we spent the time together, which was really nice. So we just keep having time together here and there. It then came to Monday afternoon on the same day that I quit, and I got a call from a company saying, would you like an interview? And because I just quit my job, I was really nervous to like accept anything else because I didn't want them to like ring me and then me be stuck in the same situation again and not like my job. So I kind of self-sabotaged it and was like really badly answering the questions. Luckily, they looked past that and they still invited me to a group interview on the Friday. Now this interview, it sounds weird to say, was by far the best interview I have ever been to. I loved it so much. It sounds so weird, but the people I was in the interview with, I clicked like that. It was just the nicest group of people you could ever meet. And it was just so weird because it was like we'd known each other for ages, and obviously in an interview process you want to like stand out, and there were 13 of us. Was there 13? Might have been a few more. I think it's about 16 of us. No, there was 13. There were 13 of us, and we all wanted to stick out because we didn't know how many jobs they were going for. So I went through this process. It took about 2.5 hours. I was there for so long. And then we were taken down to a break room and told to just chat amongst ourselves. So we did, it was really nice. And then they started like taking people away to like tell them if they got the job or not. And I was sitting there freaking out. We were all like, have we got the job? And then we were like, but I don't want to be sat here for ages and then find out I haven't got the job. So if I'm sat in this room for an hour and then they pull me up, I'm going to be like, well, you could have told me this about 2 hours ago. So we were sat there and they took 5 people out, and then they came back down to all of us who were sitting down there, and they just went, do you want the job? And I was so happy. So we all went, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So that Friday I got the job, and then I started the following Monday. That is a job I'm now in now. I've been there for a week, and I must say it's like the best company I've ever worked for. My colleagues are amazing. It's the same people I was interviewed with. There were 3 other people in the group, and they are the nicest people you would ever meet. And I'm going to be so cringed out if they watch this video, because they're all going to be like, oh, thanks. But yeah, they are the nicest people you could ever meet, and I was so happy that I got this job. So we spent the last week doing training, which is completely different to my old sort of temp job, where I spent like 2 minutes training. And then on Wednesday, they told us we were going down to Southampton to do more training, which was really weird because they have bought us flights, paid for our hotel and the food and the taxi to and from the hotel to the office down there. And that's all for a week, and I've only been there a week. It is so weird. I've never worked for a company like it, which makes me like really anxious that it's too good to be true. But at the minute, all seems good, and I am the happiest I've been in a long time. I have the car I wanted, my room is all set up, the house is looking a lot better. Like my mum and my auntie's friend have been over this week, and they've been like emptying boxes for us and just sorting out all the like rubbish in the house so that we can sort of live a bit like cleaner and just sort things out. And everything just seems to be falling into place. I'm coming back to YouTube feeling a lot happier, feeling a lot more excited. I'm more like pumped up to do this now. I really want to like start taking my YouTube in a different direction. Still doing the makeup, but I'd also like to do a few cooking videos, some challenge videos with Callum, some more vlogs. So hopefully soon we will go out and do some vlogging of like the Christmas markets, because there are so many up here. I feel ecstatic. I feel like mentally the healthiest I've felt in a long time. So I wanted to come back and do a video just to show you guys that though things are difficult, they always get better, which sounds really cringy, but it's really true. I was told not to be too rushed with getting the job, and because I was so rushed, I ended up with a job that I hated. But when I waited and got that second job, which was from the first lot of applications I put in, everything's fallen into place, and it feels right, and I feel good. I feel good about everything that's happening at the minute. And I thought I would just update you. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it was just me sitting down and talking you through, rambling basically to you. You're like my therapist. My cheap therapist. But yeah, I thought I would update you guys. I did do one of these videos like a week ago, but I was in like a really bad job. So now that I'm in the really good job, I thought I would do this video now for you guys. And I will just keep updating you, doing some more videos for you guys. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Comment below any other videos you want to see me do. And don't forget to hit the big red button down there that says subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I am going to try and get back on my schedule of Sunday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 PM. But bear with me while I just set up my job. Obviously, like I said, I'm away for this week. I have got another video in the bank, so that will be uploaded at some point next week. But stay tuned, and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and don't forget, things always get better. Love you guys. See you soon.